Hello everyone, today is day 28 of my 60 pounds in 90 days weight loss challenge. And today I'm going to show you how I make my first batch of bone broth ever. Making some bone broth for the first time, so I never did this. I want to start a bone broth fast, but I want to start making some bone broth to try it out first. And this is some pork bones that I had left over from a picnic shoulder that I had just stuck in the freezer, and I had originally planned to give them to the dogs, but then I was like, well, I could make myself a bone broth with them. And there's some chicken legs down in there too that I ate the meat off of, and I just put the leg bones down in there. So it's going to be chicken and pork. It actually smells pretty good. That's why I needed to stop this morning and get the apple cider vinegar. I didn't have any left over last night when I started the broth, and I wanted to put some in there. So it's been cooking for about 12 hours now. And obviously it's a good looking stock, and I'm just putting a little bit of apple cider vinegar in there so that it can, apparently it helps get the minerals out of the bones so that it's healthier. And I was a little bit concerned. I had a bunch of skin and fat in there too, and I figured it was all frozen together with the bones, so I thought, well, I'll just throw it in there and make the stock with that all together. So I'm going to keep letting it cook. I'm hoping to cook it for 24 to 36 hours on low here in the crock pot. And unfortunately my crock pot's kind of small, so there was a lot of bones for a little bit of water. That's why you can see it's so thick. When I go to drink it, I might even water it down, so it might be making kind of a concentrate. We'll see when it's done. Okay, so my bone broth has been cooking for 2 full days, and I've got a colander here. I'm running it through to get the big chunks out before I drink it. I'm pulling the bones out because I'm going to put water back in there and try to make another bone broth with the same bones. I'll probably have to let it cook longer, and we'll see how that turns out. I'll let you know when it finally gets done. So I'm pulling those bones aside so that I can put them back in after I strain out all the broth I already made. And I've got my canning jars here to put the broth in so that I can take them in my lunch or store them in the fridge. Alright, so I've got all my bone broth bottled up here so I can drink it over the next week. I made all that chicken, so I'm probably not going to be doing my bone broth fast just yet. Might be a couple more days till I get into that. I've got more water in there with the bones that were already in there. Trying to make another batch of it. And let's go ahead and try it. So here's a little jar of my bone broth. Let's see. It's a little bit spicy, probably because I put some spices in it. Feels really thick. It's got a real thick mouth feel. May even be good if you watered it down to make it easier to drink. I don't know. Once you get used to it, I'm sure it's okay. But the flavor's pretty good. It smells great. It made the whole house smell up good. So you can see, I don't know if you can see there, you can see all that fat floating on top there. I'm sure that's what gives it the thick mouth feel. Oh no, I think it's tolerable. I think I could get used to this. 271.6.